here so I won't get fined.
We talking about practice.
Come see me. I'm about that.
We're back just like that. Welcome to I Am Athlete Daily. Reese, I can hear you in my ear. Let's scratch out daily and let's put tonight. This is our first time ever, Reese Jackson, that we're shooting a show at 9 p.m. We just want to see what happens with the algorithm, right? That's exactly what I want to see here. I'm joined by our producers, Brian out in Connecticut, and then also our young producer who just graduated from journalism school. Is that the correct term, Hollywood? Mm-hmm. Is it journalism school?
Journalism, yeah.
Or major degree in journalism? All right, you're the only journalist that we rock with outside of Kayla Nicole Brown. Outside of that, we just want to hear the news from the athletes. So this is I Am Athlete Daily / cut out daily and put tonight. The NFL offseason. Is it an offseason? Probably. But it doesn't feel like it. Why? Because there's always so much news in the league, Brian. Right? And I think this is what the league does an amazing job of, is creating stories and events throughout the entire year, right? So right before the Super Bowl, you have the Pro Bowl, right? It's kind of cool. And then after that, you have the big dance, you have the Super Bowl. Then after that, it's free agency. So everybody out there listening, free agency is here. It officially opens Wednesday at 4 p.m., right? The new league year, free agency, but it feels like every big deal is done outside of 3 or 4. Where's Russell Wilson going to go? Where's Aaron Rodgers going to go? Could there still be any blockbuster trades? Could a coach be traded? At this pace, Brian, a coach may get traded. I don't know. Is this the best offseason that we've ever seen in the NFL? Right? There's been some really good ones. And now when you compare this to the NBA, right, and I hate to be that guy that beat up on the NBA, right? Gilbert Arenas is a little upset because he feels like guys in the, outside of the NBA shouldn't be talking about the NBA. Why are y'all tearing down our league? Well, hell, when the NFL's product was trash from 2012 to 2015, everybody wanted to chime in. And then they got it right. Right? So, Gilbert Arenas doesn't want us to talk about it, but I feel like Adam Silver and everyone from the NBA, Chris, should be taking notes. This is what makes the NFL legendary. You have the Super Bowl, and then right after the Super Bowl, we're okay with going, Bianca, a week or two not seeing your New York Football Giants. Okay? We know you love the Football Giants, and you can go a week or two without the Giants. But guess what? You know what the NFL has to offer you after that? They have the offseason. And the offseason's filled with what? Free agency. Look at all these blockbuster deals. And then they have what? The draft. Where is Shador going to go? Where is Cam Ward going? This is the NFL is the modern soap opera. Reese Jackson. Reese is old enough, who's back there in production. I wish we had a camera back in that room. But Reese Jackson is old enough, Brian, to understand about these stories. Did y'all watch stories in your household, Brian? Brian is actually in Connecticut. Like I said, he's our producer. I don't think he's on video right now. You're just going to hear his voice. And he's a white guy in Connecticut. So I asked this question, Mr. Resident White Guy.
Yes, sir.
Did y'all watch stories in your household? Or do you know what a story is from television?
Just the story is part of like a TV show. Like, what do you mean specifically?
So the stories is like, help me out, Reese. Reese, what like it's like the story. What is it?
Like a soap opera.
The soap operas.
Oh, of course. Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
That in a black household we call them stories. Oh, our grandmothers or mothers will say, "Hey, I got to go watch my story." Right? They're not as popular as they used to be, but that's the NFL story. So look. A lot of stories in free agency. It's Monday, March 10th. Free agency officially opens, Chris, March 13th or March 12th. This Wednesday at 4 p.m., I believe it is. Don't quote me on that. and it feels like everything's done. So there's a lot of stories here, and that's what this show is going to be about, okay? So we're going to take about 50 to 60 minutes, maybe 75, 80, 85 minutes. That's a big range. And we're going to dive deep and peel back these layers really quickly on these things, right? So, Brian, tee me up here.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's start with the Steelers, B.
How was my open, B? How was my open? How was my open? How was my open?
It was good. It was good.
Okay.
Yeah,
One-man band tonight.
Set the stage. Yeah, you set the stage. It was good. It was good. Like I said, we're just talking NFL free agency. It's what everybody's talking about. So let's go right into it. As I was saying, DK Metcalf, he is going to Pittsburgh. They signed him to a 5-year, $150 million deal, so he's getting paid. But the question is, who's going to be throwing the ball? So Justin Fields is out. He's now the Jets' new starting quarterback. Russell Wilson, still a free agent. He may come back. Who knows? And now we have reports that Aaron Rodgers is a real possibility from Mike Tomlin. So, B, as a former wide receiver, you are DK Metcalf. You're coming to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Which quarterback is better for you and the team next season? Is it Russ or is it Aaron?
I just spent 5 minutes talking about soap operas and stories. All right. I said the NFL was a story. All you got to do is follow the stories. So your question, which quarterback? It's clearly Russell Wilson. Why is it Russell Wilson first? Let's go off the field. The Oscars just happened out in LA. And every single year, the Carters, Jay-Z and Beyonce, they have a party called the Gold Party. And so if you looked at the red carpet, on the red carpet was DK Metcalf and Normie, who I love her music. She did a song with Gunna, the artist Gunna. And yeah, here we go right here. Normie, I didn't know Normie was a big time singer.
Normani.
I met her at Sierra,
Normani.
Yeah, excuse me, sorry. Normani.
Yep.
Yeah, so I met her at Sierra's tour and Missy Elliott's tour, and they were together. And guess who else was in the room? Obviously, Sierra was backstage. Tyler, the Creator, was there. Kelly Rowland was there. There were so many artists there. And then obviously Russell Wilson, right? And so I say that because they're best friends. And this is just a couple of weeks ago. They're really close. They're best friends. And off the field, they're together all the time. So if you follow the story, then you'll know that the Pittsburgh Steelers trading for DK Metcalf only points to Russell Wilson being the quarterback. All right. And it also makes sense when you go on the field. DK Metcalf have played 6 years in the NFL, Brian. Mm-hmm. The first 3 was his best 3. And it was with who?
Russell Wilson.
It's a rhetorical question. You're rhetorical question. It was with Russell Wilson. In 3 years, 2019 drafted, 2020, 2021, DK Metcalf had 29 touchdowns and 3,100 yards. Since then, his touchdowns went from 29 touchdowns in 3 years, over 3 years span, to 19. So if I'm DK Metcalf, I'm clearly choosing the guy that I hang out with in the offseason and all the time, and our ladies like each other, and the guy that put me in position to have my most productive years. B, in 2020 and 2021, I was one of the guys ringing the alarm saying that DK Metcalf entered the top 5 at the wide receiver position. This dude is a freak athlete, bro. You know what I'm saying? And since then, we've been talking about Jamar Chase. We've been talking about Justin Jefferson. We've been talking about Tyreek Hill. We've been talking about A.J. Brown. There's a couple other wide receivers that we can put in the mix, but we haven't been talking about DK Metcalf. I don't think anybody over the last 3 years has mentioned DK Metcalf even in the top 10, let alone the top 5. So if I'm DK Metcalf, then I am saying I want Russell Wilson. And go on this journey with me, guys, Steph, and in the chat, I see Pamela, who's usually here with us at 12 noon, that's here with us at night. I like to talk, right, Steph? I like to talk. So I'm going to break it down, Hollywood. I'm going to just peel back the layers, and you guys have to be ready just to go with me. So we can move on to the next topic, but I feel like I did a great job explaining why Russell Wilson will be the quarterback again for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It makes a lot of sense. Mike Sims-Walker is not here to debate me and talk about, oh, this guy's record compared to other guy's record. You know, then we have to get into a whole nother conversation of who was playing, who was injured, what did the defense do, et cetera, et cetera. All I know is Russell Wilson came in and did a phenomenal job, and that chemistry and continuity goes a long way, right? The first 3 years of DK Metcalf's career, he had his best years. This offense now with George Pickens and DK Metcalf is going to be dangerous. This is a change for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they always had Ben Roethlisberger over the years, right? And they always paid another guy outside their offensive line. Now they got DK Metcalf, and eventually they have to make a decision on George Pickens. It's saying that, oh, we got to keep up with everybody else, right? We got to keep up with everybody else that have these high-power offenses that can score. So I love this move, and this is a huge win for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and everyone else in the AFC North should be on notice. Don't be scared, but be on notice. This is dangerous, B.
Yeah. So if Rodgers is not the answer in Pittsburgh, B, it seems like you think that Russell Wilson is the guy to keep the ship going there in Pittsburgh. Where does Rodgers land? Like, should we be seriously thinking that Aaron Rodgers' last down has already been played in football? Could he retire at this point?
I love Aaron Rodgers in New York, not the Jets, and that is out in Florence Park, excuse me. I actually like them in East Rutherford, right outside of the stadium, MetLife Stadium. The Giants Stadium is right there, right? And I played for both the Jets and the Giants. I like him just commute over to East Rutherford. That makes a lot of sense for me. What else makes a lot of sense for me is Brian Daboll and the New York Giants to draft a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is, 42 years old? Bianca don't know. Bianca says she's the biggest Giants fan. Bianca,
he's
come
old.
Here real quick.
He's old, babe.
Come on. Come here. Bring your drink, whatever you're drinking. She got a shot. It's I Am Athlete tonight. What do you got?
Got some gin in here.
All right, come here. Name 5 players on your Giants. Oh, Brandon, my Giants is coming to the Dolphins. I need tickets. Name 5 Giants right now.
Name any Giants of any time?
No, current. Right now.
Current. Okay.
Right here, speaking to the mic. No, Andrew, get out. Beat it. Take your drink. Get out of here. I heard Andrew in her headphones talking about Jalen Hyatt or whatever his name is. Get out of here. No, beat it. I know you can't name 5. Get out of here. That's Bianca, everybody. But what I'm saying here is the Giants, right? They need some stability, but they also need some youth, Brian. So I can see the Giants bringing in Aaron Rodgers because you have an ownership, the Tiss family and the Mara family, that they're ready to win now. We've seen it. You pan during a game where they're getting blown out or they're losing, and you see Mr. Mara throwing a trash can, acting like Odell Beckham Jr., right? They're ready to win right now. So I don't think that they're going to be in position to continue to rebuild. They're going to try to make a move now. And I like Aaron Rodgers there, and I like them also to draft a quarterback. So I see Aaron Rodgers staying in New York. Hell, I helicoptered to work. I lived in Brooklyn. I took a helicopter. So it'd be an easier commute to him. Just call my man Brian over at Liberty Helicopters, and they're going to take care of you, Aaron Rodgers. Stay right there in New York. It'll be good for you.
All right, excellent. All right, babe, let's stay in New York because I want to talk about the guy who was in Pittsburgh with Russell Wilson is now going to be starting games for Gang Green. So this is I Am Athlete Tonight, presented by Vivid Seats, and I just mentioned it. Justin Fields is taking Aaron Rodgers' old job in New York. The Jets giving Justin a 2-year deal, $30 million guaranteed, B. So he's getting paid. I guess he's over in Dubai partying up right now. I saw some videos on social media about that.
Is he?
Yeah.
Good for him. Good for him.
What do you think about Fields leading your former team?
Oh, that was for me. Oh, I thought you had a shot. Oh, you were putting a gin in for me. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you guys caught that, but okay. Sorry. Who knows is my answer here. Justin Fields. What do I think about Justin Fields leading my former team, the Jets, who's near and dear to my heart? Love the Jets. Love everyone in there. The answer is who knows. And I feel that the people who have platforms, sports analysts, whether on the radio or television, need to do a great job of just saying, I don't know, right? Because it's a team game. And so I actually have questions to throw back at the chat and also potentially you, Brian, if you want to chime in here. So the three questions that I have to answer this question is, will the defense bounce back? Right, this was a top 5 defense before Aaron Rodgers got there, and then all of a sudden they start imploding. Right, so I'm not sure what's happening there, but will the defense bounce back? The second question that I have is to the offensive coordinator. Will Tanner Engstrand, who was the quality control guy or the assistant offensive coordinator with the Detroit Lions where Aaron Glenn came from, will he actually build the system around his methodology and principles, or will he put our guy Justin Fields in position to be great? Because that's what it's about. It's not even about Justin Fields. It's about this general manager, who's the third question. Will he draft right? They're picking 7th, Hollywood, in this NFL draft. So what are you going to do with that pick? What are you going to do with that pick, Mr. Darren Moogie? And the team earlier was like, we're going to fact check. Let me get the right pronunciation for his name. I said, he hasn't earned it yet. I don't know this guy. I don't know this general manager. Just call him Darren. That's all we got to call him is Darren. So that's the 3 questions that I have on this topic. Will the defense bounce back? Will the offensive coordinator do his job? Will he try to be the smart guy, or will he put Justin Fields in position? And then will this general manager do a great job for when the NFL offseason is official this Wednesday, and then it really opens up? There's still going to be guys there. What are you going to do there? And then what are you going to do in April in the draft?
B, can I ask you this follow-up question here? When you talk about Justin Fields now being a part of this New York Jets team, right? Like, is there anything that he has to prove as a young quarterback coming into this locker room now?
Yeah, it's everything. That's why you don't know. So Justin Fields, what Justin Fields has to do is be the best Justin Fields, and we don't know what that looks like. I don't know. I don't know if Justin Fields has shown us all of his capabilities at this level. But for a quarterback to have a phenomenal career, and for a quarterback like Justin Fields to be in position to prove to us that he's worthy of a bigger contract, worthy to be a face of a franchise, a quarterback Justin Fields needs the general manager to do his job. He needs the head coach to do his job. He needs the offensive coordinator to do his job. If Mike Sims Walker was sitting here right now, he's going to talk about, Jalen Hurts, and, he likes to, Mike, one of our co-hosts, likes to take shots at quarterbacks that are in the perfect positions, Steph. It's like, isn't that the general manager's job to surround their quarterback and everybody in the building with the people they need to get the job done? Why do we take shots at these quarterbacks when they're actually in a perfect situation, like a Brock Purdy, like a Jalen Hurts? I felt like that was their job as an owner, as a general manager. So, Justin Fields needs a lot of things to go right for them to get on track. The Jets, they haven't been in the playoffs in how many years?
14,
right? Let alone win a playoff game. 14 years. I saw something crazy the other day, and I reposted it, that 9 years ago, I was the only offensive player to go to the Pro Bowl, and that was the last time an offensive player went to the Pro Bowl. Isn't that crazy? Wow. Chat, how are you doing? Before we go to the next topic, and this is an update on I Am Athlete presented by Vivid Seats, make sure you download the Vivid Seats app. If you want to go to a concert, if you want to go to a game, we rock with Vivid Seats. There's also Vivid Picks. There's a lot going on in this space. Player prop bets this, player prop bets that. Who we rock with is Vivid Picks, right? So there's 2 apps, Vivid Seats and Vivid Picks. Make sure you download both. and participate. Supporting them is supporting us, right? So Pamela, how are you doing? Is who else is in the chat? Do we have any updates from the chat before we move to the next topic? Anything cool happening in the chat? No. Pamela
Where's Bezo
is
tonight?
here. Abby. Bezo's usually in the chat. Bezo may not know that we're going live at 9 p.m. He may not know. I'm showing too much chest. Let me button up here.
This is I'm Athlete Tonight.
No, I ain't no I'm Athlete Tonight. I'm showing way too much chest. This is crazy. Ain't nobody tell me that. This ain't.
Let it all hang out.
All right, cool. What we got next? Because this is NFL offseason. There's so much is happening. And it's been happening for 3 or 4 days, right? So that's the cool thing about the NFL offseason, Brian, is that you actually have a small window to negotiate before the new league actually opens. And these things happen. It starts at the East-West Shrine Bowl game, right? Now, people are going to wonder, like, well, that's a college all-star game. No, you got to think that's where a lot of the team's personnel are. And then you have agents. And then you have all the other folks, media there. So there's a lot of business that happens there. And then you go to the NFL Combine where a lot of deals are done. Here's the cool thing that everybody needs to know about business, right? And the NFL and sports is at one of the highest levels, one of the biggest institutions, one of the biggest, operations out there. And it's a microcosm of society. Deals aren't done in the boardroom. Deals are done over drinks. So if you go to the NFL Combine, you might see a Jerry Jones and a Mogetta, who's crushing it, athletes first, having a drink. Yeah. And they're discussing what new deal, right, that we're going to see, eventually. So deals are done not where you think they're done. They're actually done over drinks. So anybody out there, entrepreneurs, businessmen and women, it's about relationships. And then if you want to get a deal done, you can play golf with people who like to play golf. And you can also go have a drink with them because it's about relationships. Yeah. So NFL offseason is here, and so much has been done already before the league actually opened. And now what's our next order of business here, Brian?
All right, the Seahawks are clearly rebuilding because in addition to trading DK to Pittsburgh, they sent GENO Smith to the Raiders for a third-round pick. So now Geno reunites with his former head coach, Pete Carroll, in Vegas. B, what do you think of this move for the Raiders? They have a high pick in the draft. It's, I get the reuniting with Pete Carroll, but what are your thoughts here?
GENO Smith to the Raiders. It was a shocking move, right? Because you have Tom Brady now as an owner, minority owner, who's also an advisor for the Las Vegas Raiders. And so a lot of people connected the Raiders to a young quarterback or potentially Shedeur Sanders. And even the first choice for the Raiders was who? Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford chooses to go back to the Los Angeles Rams. Now they go to the next guy on their board, which was GENO Smith. So I'm not shocked at this because it's all about chemistry and continuity. One of my last stops in the league was out in Seattle, and Pete Carroll was a guy. He was our head coach, and it's all about chemistry. It's all about, relationships and feel. He was the guy that actually bet on GENO Smith. And when you're a new head coach, or you're a new general manager, going into a new situation, you have a new regime, you bring in guys that you can trust because it's tough building a company, building a team, running a team. You need people that you can count on. So at the most important position in all of sports, you need a guy you can count on. So I'm not surprised that Pete Carroll takes, after his year sabbatical, being in Hawaii for a year, that's where he was, for a year, just hanging out, walking around, grounding with no shoes on. He then comes back to the league, which was a surprise for some, and he goes and gets his guy. So I like this for Geno, and I like this for Pete Carroll. GENO Smith, Brian, quick facts here. GENO Smith over the last couple years since he came back, and you remember that amazing soundbite that went viral? You remember what it was? Because Geno was a career. He turned it to a career backup. You don't remember?
No. Tell me. Remind me. Let's go.
Brian.
I don't remember.
Hollywood, do you remember the viral moment? Chat, Pamela, tell my producers what the viral moment, what did Geno Smith say when he had a big game? And then it was a couple of games actually, back to back to back. And then he was like Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football. And then he made this statement, and then it went crazy viral. Chat, please help I Am Athlete team out. Do we have it in here? Do y'all see it yet in the chat? Any answer? He said they wrote me off and I didn't write back.
Gotcha. Okay.
You don't remember that moment,
okay.
Brian?
I don't remember that, B. I don't. I'm sorry.
Rashad, I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Please tell me where you're from. I need to know your age. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Because I see you in here and you wrote, they wrote me off, but I ain't right back. Let's make sure Rashad Bianca gets a gift card from Vivid Seats to any concert, any games, right? Also, deduct from Brian's pool. Brian have like $1,000 of free prizes from Vivid Seats right now. Now it should be at 800 because he didn't get that answer right.
It wasn't good.
So, Rashad, they wrote me off and I didn't write back. That was the moment. And you, my friend, will get a gift certificate to any concert or game. But I like this.
Way to go.
Geno Smith was the guy. Right, way to go. But here's the thing really quickly before we go to the next thing. A little bit of information on Geno Smith, right? So since then, Geno Smith's been in the top 5 at the quarterback position in almost every category. Last year he dipped on the interception side, which he had 21 touchdowns, which was down from the previous years, and 15 interceptions. Geno Smith has to get those picks down. I want to see Geno Smith 30-plus touchdowns and less than 10 interceptions. And I think that can happen, right, in the right situation, which it seems that he'll be comfortable there. There's some information that I won't divulge here when it comes to being comfortable in Seattle, some things that happen just naturally on teams. But I like Geno there. And Geno Smith was one of the, over the last 3 years, been a quarterback that's performed at an extremely high level. But we don't talk about him. Crazy story here. When I was up for free agency, Pete Carroll's first year in Seattle, he leaves USC. He's now taking over and revamping the Seattle Seahawks. His first offer, Stephanie, stay with you here. Look, I'll be calling my team out. Steph, Pete Carroll's first order of business as the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks was to offer who in free agency, one of the biggest deals at the receiver position. Who, Steph? I'm asking you. This is a real question. You have no idea. Listen to what I just said. Pete Carroll's first order of business in free agency as the new head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, 2011. He offered who at the wide receiver position? The biggest contract in league history. Give Stephanie a certificate. Brandon Marshall is the answer. Yes, Stephanie. Yes. I don't even know why I did that. Like, I'm so off topic right
Wide
now.
receiver.
But I don't even know. Let's get back on track here. So, yes, Stephanie, good job. But I was going somewhere there. Pete Carroll brings in Geno Smith, and now in Seattle, and now he's in Las Vegas, and I'm excited to see what he does there, rebuilding this. And it starts with the quarterback, and then we'll see what they do in the draft, Brian.
All right, quickly, B. If you are Tom Brady, you mentioned him. You have the 6th pick in the draft. Are you taking Shedeur Sanders if he drops to 6?
Oh, absolutely. You know what? That's a great question. No. What are we doing with these hypotheticals? Is this
Hey, man,
is this the
come
show
on.
that we want to create? We want to show. Look, Brian. Someone, hey man, come on, Brian. Do we
Come
really
on,
want to
man.
show that we're doing hypotheticals?
People love
If he
hypotheticals,
drops,
baby.
Shador Sanders is not dropping. He's not dropping. Help me with my audio because I'm yelling. I like to yell when I'm by myself. No, Kayla. Am I
Keep
good? Is my
going.
audio okay? All right. What are we talking about? Shador Sanders dropping to 6? That would be the biggest mistake that anybody has ever made in the NFL. Shador Sanders going to 6. Are you kidding me? He should be number 1 off the board. The kid has the game. He has the pedigree. He has the moxie. He has the flair. He has everything you need to be a quarterback in today's era. What do you need to be a quarterback in today's era? You need to have game. You need to be a leader, right? You got to have some thick skin, and you got to have a little flair. Why you got to have a little flair? Look at Lamar Jackson in the AFC Championship game with iced out grill, tops and bottoms. What they say, 32, Reese? What is it? What they say when you go to the flea market back in the day? I got 32 of them. How many teeth we got? How many? I don't even know. 16? 16 to 16, right? 32, so I'm right. Is it 16 at the top and 16 at the bottom?
Let's do the math on
Yeah, that's some Florida-ish. That's some Florida-ish. I got 32. All right, come on. Let's get back. Let's go. What's the next topic? Free agency is here, guys. Let me be serious here. It's Monday, March 10th, and so much has happened. This is why we love the National Football League. And I shared this story last week where I talked about an NFL executive calling me, talking about 18 games, talking about, adding some cool things and features to the international games and, expanding the league. And I was like, what are we doing? Don't mess it up. Do y'all want to be Adam Silver in the NBA where now we're like, we got to fix this. People don't want to engage. It's perfect. It's just right. When you get greedy, when you want to add more games, right, it's because it's about money. It's not about the product. That's what we're looking at, the paper. 18 games, that adds an additional $500 million to new revenue for the NFL, the owners and the players. No. 17 was a fight to go from 16 to 17. Keep it right here. Why? Because it's perfect. We're right where we need to be. You have enough games where every game matters. You have to play every single game. In the NBA, there's 82 games, and you have guys that can go with the flow, right? Oh, let me take a couple games off because I'm waiting until we get to post NBA All-Star. I'm waiting until we get to end of March to really get going. No, every game matters. We need your best. That's why you see players playing through injury when they're hurt. Why? Because it's like, damn, if we lose this game, that could come back to bite us at the end of the season. And it leaves us fans wanting more, right? So that's the perfect product. So NFL offseason here, Brian, there's been so much going on. What's the next thing that we need to cover for people here? I Am Athlete tonight.
Yeah, so there's more big news coming from Buffalo, too, B. Josh Allen, the Bills, they got a new 6-year contract. It's going to pay him $250 million guaranteed. That's the most ever in league history, passing Deshaun Watson, unbelievably getting $230 million guaranteed. So I got to tell you this, B. Like, when I saw this deal, I love Josh Allen. I'm a big Patriots fan, but I hate the Bills more than you can ever imagine, but I love Josh Allen. I think he's a great quarterback, and I think he's a great leader. But I literally thought to myself for a good 20 minutes after I saw this, thinking, like, is he literally just going to be that guy who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes for his entire career? So, I get he deserves the money and everything, but what do you think about that type of outlook? Like, do you think he is going to be just that, like, guy who always comes in second when it comes to the AFC?
Yeah, I mean, we did this dance 2 years ago, right, with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, where we looked at could Patrick Mahomes three-peat, which he didn't, and we also looked at will Patrick Mahomes become the GOAT and surpass Tom Brady, and what is it going to take? And so we looked at the field, all the quarterbacks out there. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, We even threw in Justin Herbert. You still got the Eagles, Jalen Hurts out there.
CJ Stroud.
And then you have Stroud. Yeah, remember that? Remember what we did there?
Yeah,
and so we looked at this and we said, well, could these quarterbacks potentially win 1 or 2 or 3 Super Bowls, right? I have Josh Allen winning 1 Super Bowl in his career. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. You know who I think Josh Allen is? Go in history, B. Come on. Redeem your $200 from Vivid Seats. I know you like country music. You're the only white guy in our team. We got about 15 people, and you're the only white guy. I know you like country music. Well, hold on. Before we even do that, if you had to pick one concert to go to, who would you go to, B?
One concert to go
Be
to?
honest. One concert. One artist to see. One artist to see.
Oh, that like all time. They have to be living now. Like it'd be
all time. No, they have to be living. They have to be living. Because Mick Jagger. I seen Mick Jagger in Chicago, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah. Because I was
Bianca.
No, that's what I'm thinking. There you go. I don't have one, B. I don't have one.
Come on, dig deep.
Man, I don't know.
Come on, bro. Redeem yourself right now. Because what I'm going to get to is I'm going to give you an opportunity. I'm going to send you to any concert that you want to go to, but you have to guess the comparison quarterback for Josh Allen. And this quarterback obviously is retired. He's old. But I feel like Josh Allen is this guy. John Elway. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
That's who Josh Allen is. There you go. All right, send this guy to what concert? What concert do you want to go to? Come on, be honest. Maybe it's your wife. Maybe you're taking your wife on a date.
No. I've never seen Kendrick live.
This guy says Kendrick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said Kendrick. Bro, you live in Connecticut, right? Where are you from, Brian? Where are you from?
New York. Man, I'm originally.
Where are you from? Where are you from? I should have asked that in the. Y'all not listening to no damn Kendrick in Boston? You want to go to Kendrick for real? Because he got 22. He has 22. He has a 22 city tour. Where you can get your ticket on our friends app, Vivid. So, do you really want to see Kendrick, or do you want to take your wife to like a Taylor Swift or Beyonce?
No, I would love to see Kendrick in concert. I would. It would be dope. So yeah, that'd be great. Eventually, yeah, I gotta get on Vivid. Gotta get on Vivid.
No, it's not get on Vivid. So Brian manages our partnership with Vivid, right? And every week we have to come up with a plan, what kind of content we want to create. So Vivid, you actually have the heads of this and heads of that at Vivid. Just call them and say, Brandon just gave me free tickets to Kendrick Lamar in any city of my choosing, and you should get it, right? And just give them this clip, and you'll be totally fine. Cool?
Absolutely, 100%. Sounds good to me.
Awesome. All right. Can everybody pay attention to the chat? Anything cool happening in the chat, let me know. But right now, we'll get back to business because there's so much more happening right now as we speak. Any updates? There could be breaking news right now. Did Russell Wilson sign back with the Steelers? Did Aaron Rodgers sign yet? What's happening? And the new league year hasn't even opened yet. So please let me know what's happening in the chat. Let me know if there's any breaking news, Shelly. Because it's here. I feel like Adam Schefter right now. We may break news right here on I Am Athlete tonight. All right, what we got, B?
All right, so one of the surprising moves of the weekend was Myles Garrett and the Browns agreeing to the largest deal for a non-quarterback in league history. This is after Garrett demanded a trade out of Cleveland last month. So what's your reaction to this Garrett news, B? Because it's I get it. It's a lot of money, but it seemed like he hated Cleveland just a week ago. And now all of a sudden he's good to be there for the next 6 years. Where are you with this?
I don't love Myles Garrett back to Cleveland.
Me
I don't
neither,
love
B.
it because there's some players, there's some players that can get everything they want. Myles Garrett, I mean, just like a human standpoint, from an athlete standpoint, he's built differently. He's one of the strongest human beings I've ever seen. He's worked out here at House of Athlete a few times. He doesn't get in any troubles. Face is clean. Brand is good. He works his ass off. His production is there through 8 years, I believe it is. He have 101 sacks, right? He can play another 4 to 5 years at a high level. So Myles Garrett is one of the few that can get everything. When I say everything, what does that mean? The money, the city, and the ring. Okay? So I felt like if he stood on business, he could have got the money. I mean, aren't there teams out there that need a Myles Garrett? And they have the cap space that will pay him the money that he just got from Cleveland, but also may have a CJ Stroud.
So can I interject here?
That went over y'all head.
So can I interject here?
Yeah, please interject. That just went over the chat's head. That's went over y'all head. I feel like the Texans could have jumped in, right? There's teams like that. It's like, I got a quarterback on his rookie deal, so let me go out there and bust a move here, So I don't love this for Myles Garrett because, to me, he's going to be he's going to be another Joe Thomas. He'll be a Hall of Famer. He'll be enshrined. We'll talk about him for years. But he will never have the postseason success that he deserves. Like, I want to see Myles Garrett in the AFC Championship game or the NFC Championship game. Games on the line, gotta have it moment, and boom, the best players are supposed to step up to the table, and Myles Garrett makes the play. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see Myles Garrett in Cleveland. I don't watch Cleveland's games. Stephanie, do you watch Cleveland's games? Bianca, do you watch Cleveland's game? Reese Jackson, Andrew, do you watch Cleveland? Nobody watched Cleveland. They got mad at Joakim Noah when he talked about Cleveland. He was right. They got one steakhouse in Cleveland. One steakhouse. One steakhouse. What do you want to say to me? Like, I'll come to Cleveland. It is what it is. It is what it is. What are we doing in Cleveland? You know what? Why am I talking like this? Let me say it like this. You know what? The Cleveland Browns should leave Cleveland. That's what I want to talk about here, Brian. Okay? I don't want to talk about Myles Garrett. They need to go back to Baltimore. Maybe put 2 teams in Baltimore. That's better than being in Cleveland. Okay? Hell, where else can we put a team? Put 2 teams in Miami. Bring the Cleveland Browns down to Miami. I don't like Miami. Put them in Orlando. Now you got the Miami Dolphins, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and you got the Orlando Browns.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Potential name change.
Orlando Brown.
And the Jacksonville Jaguars. You got 4 teams in Florida. It's never been done before. You got 2 teams in Texas, 2 teams is it 3 teams in Cali, 2 teams in New York, 2 teams in Pennsylvania, 3 teams in New York? Buffalo. Is it really New York, Chris?
Upstate.
Is it really New York, or is it Toronto? Is it Canada? It literally is a bridge away. Okay. All right, let's go. All right. That's what I want. Sorry.
Well, actually, no. Before we move on here, I can't hear Brian, but the Chargers are expected to sign running back Najee Harris to a 1-year deal worth up to $9.25 million. News just broke.
The Chargers, so obviously you guys heard our resident journalists. We don't rock with too many journalists. We like to get the perspective of the athlete, but we respect Hollywood. Okay. The Chargers are expected to sign Najee Harris at $9 million a year. I think it's a huge mistake for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ooh, that dude ran with his hair on fire last year. And some would say, I'm going to be honest here. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to ask, bro, we need to get Najee on this show. Some would say, like history has shown that when dudes get a bag, they don't run as hard. Najee don't have them all. Najee don't have them all. He's going to run hard until the wheels fall off. So now you bring in a DK
Big
Metcalf.
value B.
You have a George Pickens on the other. Yeah, that's what you talking about? Value at $9 million?
Yep.
What? Coach Tomlin, Pittsburgh Steelers, don't let that dude out of our city. Don't let that dude out of our city. That's exactly what we need, right? Now it depends on where Russ comes in at. There's conversation right now about who's going to be the quarterback. Is it going to be Russell Wilson? They have Aaron Rodgers that's in a discussion right now, which I think is just media talk. I think that is the Pittsburgh Steelers putting stuff out there to try to bring Russell Wilson's asking price down. Russell Wilson's probably sitting there like, yeah, Justin Fields over there in New York, and now I know y'all coming back to me, because that's really what it was about. It came down to Justin Fields or Russell Wilson, and so now Justin Fields is out of the equation. Now Russ is sitting there saying, oh, yeah, I'm having my steak, potatoes, and broccoli right now. I need 50, 45. He just played, well, he still got his bag from Denver, but last year he was on league minimum from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now the Pittsburgh Steelers got to pony up. So I think this is the Pittsburgh Steelers, Brian, leveraging what's out there on the market to bring down Russell Wilson. Oh, we'll sign Aaron Rodgers. And then they want Russ to panic. Okay, I'll take the 40. No, what are we talking about? No. So we'll see what happens here. So hopefully I answered your question. NFL offseason is here. It's heating up. New league year. What's next?
All right, this is I Am Athlete Daily presented by Vivid Seats. Another receiver is going coast to coast.
It's not daily. It's
Tonight.
not daily. It's not daily.
Tonight. This is I Am Athlete.
Ding, ding,
Tonight.
ding, ding, ding.
All right, so Davante Adams,
Here we
he
go.
is out in New York, and he's going to L.A. He's going to catch passes from Matt Stafford now with the Rams. So, he's 32 years old. They signed him to a big, big deal. Do you think this is a big deal or no big deal for the Rams?
So I did a little research. Let me see where my notes are at. Davante Adams just finished up year 12. He's still producing in the right situation. When you turn on the film and you watch him last year with Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, he's still capable of producing at a high level. The reason why this makes sense for me, Brian, is because you have a veteran quarterback in Matthew Stafford and a veteran receiver. We can just talk. At the receiver quarterback position, I can get all my reps in just by watching film and talking. Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp had that type of relationship, and Cooper Kupp is on his way out. Any minute right now, if there's no trade materialized, Cooper Kupp is going to be cut. CCC. You know what CCC stands for, Hollywood?
No, what's CCC mean?
Come on, Hollywood. For $100 to Vivid Seats.
Oh, my goodness.
Trivia night. We turned this into trivia night. CCC. Cooper Kupp. What's the final C?
Cut.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. Got Glorilla performing in Fort Lauderdale tonight, so can I get them tickets tonight?
Cooper Kupp cut anytime. And so now you insert a Davante Adams, and a Davante Adams now will have that same type of synergy as a Cooper Kupp. You have Puka Nacua. Go ahead. He said Kupp is with a K. Chris, I like you on the show. Chris talking about Kupp is with a K. Can we just act like it's with a C? Can we just do that? He said Kupp is with a K. Was that you or who was in your ear? That was you?
You ain't wrong.
You don't even
You
watch
ain't wrong.
football like that, do you? A little bit. You watch soccer or something. What do you watch? What do you watch? What you play? He talking about he played football. You play receiver? Name the top 5 best. Come over here, Chris. Come over here right now. Not right now. Right now. Come over here. Give me your top 5 all-time wide receivers. Hold on. You got to speak into the mic, Mr. Production Guy.
My top 5
In the mic, bro.
all-time receivers. For me, I'm not gonna
You
lie.
played receiver. That's
Yeah,
what you said.
one of my ones was Ocho.
Ocho.
Yeah, I watched him a lot
In
growing
order.
up.
No, I want in order.
In order,
Yep.
well, number 1 would be Calvin Johnson.
Okay.
He's the reason why I started even playing football for real.
Okay.
Number 2 would probably be Ocho.
Florida boy, because you're a Florida boy.
Yeah, born and
I can
raised
understand
Florida,
that.
North Lauderdale. Yeah. Who else?
He said Jerry.
Not Jerry. I really like Jerry's cool. Probably Odell would be one.
I can understand that. In your
Jefferson.
era. Yep, I can
Jefferson.
understand that. I can understand your list. It's not right, but I can understand it. It's not right. It's not even close. But I get it. Who's 5? I get it though. Speaking to the mic, production guy. You do this for a living, and you're not speaking to the mic.
My 5th one would probably be between what's that? For a little minute, it was the one kid, John Ross.
Oh my
John Ross?
God, beat it. Get out of here. Get out of here. He said John Ross. Brian, you hear what he said?
Yeah.
He said John Ross. You don't even have any type of deposits and Vivid Seats right now for us to take away. Like, that is crazy. He said John Ross. John Ross retired in year like 5 because it wasn't going smoothly. But I like, this happens. Hey, shout out to the chat. I appreciate you guys, Pamela. How do you guys feel about 9 o'clock? Look, I'm going to be honest with you. This is R&D for us. We haven't even turned up yet on I Am Athlete. We have been working on infrastructure. We've been working on just getting, the business right and the systems right so we can really scale. And to be honest, we don't know if 12 o'clock is best for us, is 4 o'clock best for us, or 9 o'clock. How do you guys feel about us going live at 9 p.m.? We'd love to have y'all get y'all thoughts here. All right, what do we have while the chat is telling us how they feel about this 9 p.m. start time? 9 p.m. is nice. Oh, they're already into it. It's fast. No lapse. There's no lapse. No internet problems. Abby, Sports Picks, says 9 p.m. is nice. Credible Way, only 7 in Cal, laugh out loud. I don't know what that means.
I Am Athlete should have sub show that are more niche that push.
Read it out loud. We can't hear you.
I Am Athlete should have sub show that are more niche that push viewers to a main channel. What is that? Is that 9 p.m.?
9 is cool. Daytime drops make my work day better. Okay, but shouldn't you be working? So Rhonda, I can't say your last name because I don't want your employer to hear this, right? And this go viral. But she says 9 is cool. Daytime drops make my work day better. My question for Rhonda is, shouldn't you be working, Rhonda? Be honest.
It's
7 p.m. Fresh off of work after dinner. It's 7 here in California. We got a lot of Cali people here. Shout out to Cali. How are you guys doing out there? Sub shows like a Raiders show, 9 p.m. Nobody want to talk about the Raiders. Pigs 76. The Raiders. Can we get the Raiders in the playoffs one time? And then we'll do a sub. That's what we're going to do.
Okay.
B, we're going to move on to the final topics here. But
yeah,
if the Raiders go to the playoffs, then we'll do a Raiders sub show. Because I like Vegas. We're actually planning on coming to Vegas here soon, which is one of my favorite cities. And it's not because of all of the craziness. I'm in bed. When I go to Vegas, Bianca, I'm in bed 11:30, 11:45. I'm tired. I'm pooped. Because on the East Coast, right, what time is it? Right? It's 2:45. It's 1:45. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm old. I'm 40. I can't do it how I used to do it. But you know what I love about Vegas? I'll go to the Wynn, and I'll play me a round of golf. Have me 2 drinks, have a nice round of golf. And then you know what I'll do after that, Bianca? I'll go get a massage at the spa. You know what I do after that, Bianca? If I actually have some extra capital, extra cash, right? Because building a business is hard. If I have some extra cash, I may go and shop a little bit. Get me a nice little fragrance, because it ain't a lot these days. Little fragrance. Maybe go to the Off-White store. And if I'm dating someone at the time, I may go be that guy and buy her something nice. Okay? And then after that, I love going to a nice dinner. And don't let it be a fight night. Ooh, fight night is the boxing events in Vegas is the best sporting event you can go to. That's over any F1s. That's over any football games. The right boxing match in Vegas is the best. You're saying, I got to watch my stories. I got to watch my stories. You usually come on around like 10 a.m., 11 a.m., the stories. That is the NFL. There's always a story. Guys, in the off season, something happening there, right? There's some drama there off the field. We got to clean that up. Hey, guys, off season, that's where we get in trouble. Too much freedom. It's where men usually have a lot of challenge. Idle time. There's a story about idle time. Steph, look at my career. You know when I got in trouble? The off season. The off season. I had too much freedom. So that's a story. You know what the other story is? Off season, the free agency, just now opening. Everything's done. Look, so many guys moving. Quarterback carousel, receivers getting bags, defensive ends getting bags. Myles Garrett stay. Then you got the draft. What's going to happen with Shedeur Sanders? What's going to happen? Everybody's talking, I hear stories out there. Oh, he's going to fall out the first round. Get out of here. Do you want to be that guy? Because they did the same thing to Patrick Mahomes. They did the same thing to Patrick Mahomes. Oh, yeah, we're going to pass up on Patrick Mahomes. Now he's probably the greatest quarterback we've ever seen. And I'm saying it right now here on I Am Athlete. Shedeur Sanders is going to have a hell of a career. And so that is the Around the League segment. And we will see you guys tomorrow, 9 p.m. Peace.
I'm here so I won't get fined. We talking about practice.
Come see me. I'm about that.